Alright, hey, Hades Omega here, and welcome to another anime figure show and tell with Yui Kotegawa. Alright, I just got done with the Yui Kotegawa Darkness version. Alright, so if you want to see that figure show and tell, I'll put a link to it at the end of this video. But anyway, so this is the Yui Kotegawa Orchid Seed figure. Alright, and she's wearing her school uniform. And one interesting things about this figure, and I'm not really too happy about it, alright, is it's a cast-off figure, okay? So you can cast off her school uniform, and she's wearing a bikini underneath, okay? I do have another Yui Kotegawa figure of her in a bikini, alright, also. So it's a pop-up parade. So I'll probably be doing that one in the future as well, okay? But anyway, here she is. I got her from Ami in 2015, alright guys, so this figure is like 10, I've had this figure for 10 years, alright, and I've never taken her out of the box, alright. She's been in there. I don't even think I lived in this house when I had her, alright, and the box is a little beat up, right? I'm sure I probably dropped it or something. It's all crunched up here on the side. So I got her from Ami in November 2015, alright, November of 2015. And it's from Motto To LoveRU, all right, or Motto To LoveRU, okay. I believe that's like the second season of the LoveRU anime, all right, before it became Darkness, okay. I think those are the animes that I enjoyed the most, okay. It wasn't so serious and stuff, okay, and it was kind of less perverted, if you okay. I guess kind of enjoyed it more. I got her for 5,180 yen, right? At that time, I'd say that's around $50, okay? Yeah, I'm not sure. I think this is a brand new figure, all right? It says in stock, so yeah, it just says in stock. It doesn't have like a rating or something on it, so I think this is a brand new figure. She's never been taken out of the box, guys, okay? So cool. I've had that. This is it's almost like a vintage figure now. Okay, guys. Okay, so here's some information about this figure from myfigurecollection.net, right? The category is a pre-painted figure, all right? Origin is To LoveRU. Okay. Character is Kotegawa Yui. The company is Orchid Seed as the manufacturer. The artist is Masuda Hideo as the sculptor. Alright, this was released in 2013. Alright, so yeah, this figure's been around for about 12 years, somewhere around that time frame. Okay, it was released March 11th, 2013 in Japan for 8,286 yen. Alright, at that time, that's pretty expensive for a figure, guys. Alright, so that's around, you'd say probably around 75 US dollars. Okay, the material is PVC. Dimensions is a 1/7 scale with a height of 215 millimeters or 8.39 inches. Okay, it looks like Solaris has one for $68. All right, a year ago they were trying to sell her for $95, brand new. All right, and then pre-owned they had one for $62. Right, so you can probably still have her for around the price I got her for. Okay. Probably even cheaper now, okay? I think this is one of the lower cost dollar Yui Kotegawa figures, and that's probably the reason I bought it, okay? It's pretty much the price of like a premium prize figure, okay? Alright, so that's where I got her from, and that's some information from myfigurecollection.net. Let's start the figure show and tell. Let's take a look at the box, okay? So the box it kind of reminds me of the intro of To LoveRU, okay, or To LoveRU. It's very colorful, okay? A lot of blue and different colors, pink and yellow. All right, it says To LoveRU. I think it's Motto To LoveRU. All right, I think it's came from the second season of To LoveRU, okay? We've got a little Orchid Seed logo, all right? Dan, you know what? I don't think I have any other figures from Orchid Seed, okay? Orchid Seed, I think it's like a figure company that's been around for a long time. Okay. Okay, and then we got a Yui Kotegawa here, 1/7 scale painted figure. All right, I'm pretty sure that's what this says. All right, so here it's in Japanese. It says sculptor Hideo Masuda. Okay, like we mentioned earlier. And then on the bottom here it says copyright. I couldn't get everything, man. Saki Hasemi, Shueisha, More Trouble Production Committee. Okay. All right. Oh, it's also got. I'd say that's maybe like a 60% window. All right. Would it make a good box figure? And so also there's also like kind of like, I don't know, it's more like a quarter shot of the figure. Okay. Okay, here's this side here. You've got a full shot of the figure. All right. Motto To LoveRU. Okay. You've also got a window here. That's like a 50% window. Pretty good. Okay, there's the back. So as you can see, it's a cast-off figure. All right. So you can have her wear a bikini. All right, it's a nice bikini. I like it. All right, she looks very nice in it. You have to decide whether you want her to wear their school uniform or the bikini. Okay, I kind of like both of them. Maybe I might buy another of these figures and keep one in her school uniform. Well, actually, there is an alter figure that there is an alter figure where where she's wearing her school uniform, so I may try to get that, and then we'll keep this one. But I have another bikini figure of her, so it's just like I don't really know what I'm gonna do with this figure, guys. All right, but anyway, yes. So this is you can cast off her school uniform and you can have her wear this bikini. Okay, very nice. And then there also is a second set of shoes that comes with too. So it's a pretty cool figure. Hayes Mega is not a big fan of cast-off figures, all right? Because once you cast them off, it's kind of hard to put it back together, all right? Well, we'll try, okay, guys? We'll try for this one, all right? So here we got you got a picture of the goods here, all right, guys? You got a picture of the boobies, all right? And then the pantsu region, all right? And then the back, okay? They know what you want, man. Okay. Okay, I get the feeling that they didn't really want to release this outside of Japan because there's very little English text on this box. Okay. Here it says the package photo, right, is under development. It may differ from the actual product. Okay. It's maybe it's like a prototype figure. So usually prototype figures actually look better than the actual figures. We'll say. All right, this is some kind of warning stuff about like it contains small parts that could injure. Don't put them in your mouth. Okay. All right, Orchid Seed. It says here planned, produced, and sold by Orchid Seed Company Ltd. If you have any questions or inquiries, contact them. All right, that's their contact info right here. All right, it says 1/7 scale PVC here. Motto To LoveRU, Yui Kotegawa. Okay, so this is a used figure. All right, so maybe this is, I don't know, this might have been before Ami Ami had like a rating scales and stuff for their pre-owned figures. So every pre-owned figure that Ami Ami sells, they have like a grading system. Okay, guys. And this was before that. Okay, so that lets you know how old this figure was. All right, I got this figure in 2015. So Ami Ami was kind of like a different kind of company back then. All right, they're not as big as they were today. Okay. There is a price right here, 8,700 yen. All right, so that's a MSRP. All right, nowadays that's around $60 US. So I got her. Yeah. So actually, this isn't a brand new figure, guys. It's got the pre-owned figure barcode on it from Ami Ami. All right, it says used Honkyushu box here. Oh, it's right here. It's a BB. All right, I was looking for the grade. All right, yeah, there is a rating here. All right, so it's a grade item B, box B. Okay, that's what that is. Sorry, Hayes Mega. Yeah, it's a little different than they do it now, right? It's kind of it would be in English now, okay? That's what I'm gonna say, or there would be like more English, all right? But yeah, so it's used and it's a BB. So all right, so it's been taken out. It's probably been taken out of the box, and the box is not in the bestest of shape, okay? And yeah, like the edges are kind of crunched in, all right, just like the other side. Okay, and that's the barcode right there. I think there's some recycle logos right here. Okay, and then here's the other side. All right, it's basically the same as the other side. All right, but it just flipped basically. Okay, and it's got that window. Okay, here's the top of the box. All right, so it's got her wearing the bikini on the top. All right, and it's got these 3 little windows here. It's got the To LoveRU logo here. And yeah, all the same information from the front. All right, here's the bottom. The bottom is just white. Okay, man, boy, have I had this figure for a long time, and we're finally going to take her out of the box. I'm kind of excited, all right? I'm not going to lie, this is probably not one of the nicer Yui Kotegawa figures out there, okay? But I think that's why I bought it. It was the cheapest one. Yui Kotegawa is a very popular To LoveRU character, and her figures are... She's got a lot of figures, and they're not cheap, okay, guys? She's, you know, when you're popular, your figures are expensive, okay? Basically, okay? All right, let's start the unboxing. Okay, that's what the inside of the box looks like, all right? It's pink, and it says To LoveRU, all right? I kind of like the box. It's very colorful, just like the early To LoveRU intros, all right? Okay, there she is, Yui Kotegawa. All right, she's wearing the school uniform. Did I get her all the way in there? I think that's as far as she wants to go. All right, I can still see some of the pegs sticking up there. All right, so the assembly, and I kind of already don't like this figure. All right, guys. So there's a base. All right, the figure itself, and then you got the shoes. All right, so she's got 2 sets of shoes. All right, I'll show you the box. All right, so there's the other set. There's the other shoes in there. All right, there are sandals. All right, so she's got the school loafers and the sandals. All right, so obviously it's a kind of like 2-in-1 figure. All right, that's the interesting thing about this figure. All right, guys. Okay, yeah. So that's the interesting thing about this figure. It's a cast-off figure. I hate to say it. What I might do is I might just keep her in the swimsuit because the uniform just doesn't look very good, guys. All right, but I think they wanted you to view her from this angle, all right, guys, because it's her. She's got the name right down here. Her name is right down here, and so you can read it. Okay. Yeah. All right. So she's held on by 2 pegs, 2 small plastic pegs. All right. Will she be a drooper in the future? I don't know, man. That's a good question. It doesn't seem very secure onto the base. All right, hopefully she'll be okay. Man, she's got some long legs too. Okay, what can I say? I feel like maybe it's not proportional, or maybe she does have really long legs like that. Okay, and then you put the so yeah, actually there was a plastic on her head, so you have to. It's one of these figures you got to disassemble it to get all this. I think you can disassemble the whole figure. All right, guys, so because you need to be able to get her clothes off somehow, okay? But yeah, I do know her head comes off because there was a plastic here. I don't think anybody has ever taken this figure out of the box, I think, but one of the shoes had like a... You saw it in the video. I was trying to clean it. There was some like dust or lint or something in there that I had to get off, all right? So, yeah. Okay, so there's that, and yeah, and then you can take her clothes off. So, but yeah, and then you have to put the shoes under the hands, and it was very difficult to get it in there. I feel like this is the way she holds it the best. Okay, you kind of have to like kind of shove it in there. All right, so she's holding it. If you just try to have her hold it like with gravity, they're just gonna fall off. Okay, guys. So and then so that encourages paint transfer. Okay, guys. So this is more figure more of like a toy figure, is what I say, than a figure. Okay. Okay, so let's do a quick 360, and then we'll Hazemega will take a closer look at her, and then we'll scrutinize this figure. And yes, I will cast off the figure. Okay, guys. I'm not a big fan of these cast off figures. I think she looks really pretty in her school uniform. I really wanted a school uniform. I want a school uniform figure of her from the intro, right? Okay, so see you guys in a bit. All right, Hazemega's back, and yeah, I just really don't like this figure because it's a cast-off figure. Okay, guys, Hazemega's not a big fan of cast-off figures. What Hazemega might do is I might just leave it as a swimsuit figure. Okay, guys, but yeah, we'll get to that when we get there. Okay, guys. So let's start at the base, and we'll work our way up and scrutinize this figure. Okay. The quality is pretty decent, is what I'm gonna say. All right, it's all a flat finish, guys. All right. So here's the base. All right, it's a circular base. It kind of looks like a frisbee. It's kind of frisbee shaped. All right, it says Motto To LoveRU here. All right, Motto To LoveRU. We've got Yui Kotegawa here. All right, very nice. It's a, yeah, it's like a frisbee shaped base. There's a nub mark right there. All right. Looks like there might be another nub mark right there. Okay. Is it flat? Yes, it's flat. I noticed that a lot of the older figures, they don't have problems with the not flat bases, all right, the crooked bases. All right, it's kind of been a thing like with like more modern figures, all right. So yeah, this is a kind of more classic figure, guys. It's really old, all right. Okay, so let's take a look at her legs. She's got really fair skin, and the camera doesn't like it. Okay, guys, it's super bright. All right, she is wearing. She might have a nail polish, or they painted her toes, or her toenails. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, she's got 5 toes. They kind of look like toes. I feel like the big toe should be bigger. Yeah, I feel like the big toe should be bigger than that, man. But I don't know. That's what my toes look like, but maybe hers don't. Okay. Okay, she's so this figure is all flat, guys, all flat finish, not a lot of light bounces off of it. I mean, I guess maybe the legs because they're really bright, but it's all a flat finish. All right, but it looks very good. It's pretty smooth. It's not the smoothest flat skin that I've ever seen. Okay, but it looks pretty good. All right, she's got these long, beautiful legs. Okay, well, maybe it looks like her legs are really long because that skirt is super short. Okay, guys, for a school uniform, yeah, it's a super short skirt. You could almost see, well, we know she's wearing a bikini underneath. All right, but yeah, you can almost see the pantsu underneath. All right, it's a great panchira action there, guys. You can almost see her booty, almost. That's how short that skirt is. All right. I don't think schools normally have skirts that short. All right. And Yui is one of the kind of more modest girls, so I don't think she would modify her skirt so it would be so short. Okay, but yeah, there's the skin on her legs. All right, her legs are all skin. All right, she's not wearing any socks or anything. There is some shading. All right, it gets a little darker here and a little darker here. All right. It's hard to see in the camera, but there is shading. All right, yes, and yes, this is a kind of a strange figure in that her back is to you. Okay, her back is to you and her head is turning towards you, type of thing. Okay, so let's take a look at the school uniform. All right, so here's the worst thing about it. Okay, the school uniform looks very nice. Okay, like I said, it's a flat finish. It's their the school uniform in the To LoveRU anime. It's a kind of like a green, like kind of 2 colors of green, like a darker green and a lighter green. Pleated skirt. It's very short. Okay, guys, like I mentioned. Yeah. Okay. Very nice. All right, but what's not nice about this figure, guys, is that it's a cast-off figure. Okay, actually, the skirt. Oh yeah, the skirt. There's a line here. You can split the skirt. All right, so that's how. I think that's how. That might be how you take the skirt off. I'm not 100%. What we'll do it. All right, guys. I'll do it for you guys. It looks like it only splits in one spot though. So you'd have to like open it up or something. I'm not sure. Maybe you can take her torso off. I'm not sure. I guess we'll have to figure it out. So this figure did not come with any kind of instructions. Whether it was because it was a pre-owned figure, it didn't come with it. I'm not sure. Okay, maybe it comes with it if it's brand new, but I didn't get one, so I don't know how to cast off. Okay, guys. Here's the top of the uniform. So the top of the uniform kind of has this kind of sleeveless sweater to it, all right? And then there's like an undershirt, okay? It's kind of like a two-piece dealie. It looks kind of warm. That's what I want to say. Okay, you can see up into the sleeves. Okay, obviously because it's a cast-off figure. The molding looks very nice, actually. Okay, I don't know. It looks kind of funky here where the sweater and the undershirt part meet. All right, the lines look kind of straight. All right, they're nice and strong, but they're not super dupery straight. Okay. All right, but yeah, it's got these kind of brown kind of lines or borders around it. All right, it's like a V-neck shirt or sweater. All right, there's a green bow up here. All right. Okay, and then there are her arms, all right? Very nice, just like the legs, nicely painted. They're flat, and they're kind of smooth, all right, is what I want to say. And then she's holding her school shoes, okay, the loafers. All right, they're brown. All right, you can take them off and do whatever. You can take them off and just not put them, all right, if you wanted to. All right, yeah, they're just like a brown. It looks like there might be some kind of panel lining on it, maybe. It's just maybe it's just the way they put them together. All right, you can see the soles. It looks like it's just all one color. Okay. All right, and then yeah, so one of the glaring things about this figure is the gaps. The gaps are awful, man. Look at this. So obviously they wanted you to look at this figure from the back. All right. Yes, she's got very sexy back. I like it. Okay. Everything about Yui Kotegawa is she's very beautiful. Okay, that's why I like her. Yeah. So from here, you wouldn't notice it's like a cast-off figure until you look at the side here. All right, and there's this huge gap. All right, there's a huge gap for taking it apart. Okay. And I imagine there's like pegs and stuff that holds it together. All right. I don't really know how to cast it off, but we're going to do it. We're going to do it soon, all right? Okay, guys. So let's take a look at her head. All right, her head does come off. So I guess maybe you got to take her head off to take her clothes off. Okay. There's her face. She's kind of got like she's got yellowish brown eyes looking off to the left. All right. She's got that kind of a closed mouth. Like she's not very happy looking. I also want to say. It's like she's turning around. Okay, there's her hair. It's kind of like a dynamic figure. Like I said, it's like she's kind of turning around, or maybe she's turning her head and her hair is swooshing around like that. Okay. Very nice. So it looks like it's going that way type of thing. All right, she's got this nice, beautiful long hair. It almost goes down to her butt. Sort of, kind of. All right, molding looks good. Yeah, the hair looks good. That's one of the things I like about her. She's got really pretty hair, long black hair. Okay, it looks like there's some kind of scratch, like right here or something. It's like kind of shiny a little bit. Other than that, looks good. All right, there's no shading at all in the hair. There's no shading anywhere else but, like, the knees. The only shading I saw was behind the knees. That's it. Okay, and it's very hard to really see. I guess her Her feet have shading too. It's really hard to tell on the camera, man. It's too bright. Okay, so with that, we will attempt to cast off. All right, we're gonna take her uniform off and take her to the beach. Okay. All right, hopefully Hazemay can figure it out. All right, well, let's take this shoe off here. Okay, and then maybe her head has to come off. I'm not sure. Let's try to split the uniform. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'm not sure how that goes off. Maybe we gotta take her head off. Let's take her head off. Okay, the head is keyed, so it only goes one way. All right. Yeah, how does it come off? I have no idea how to take it off. Do her arms come off? Oh, you know what? I think it just splits on the bottom, and then you just take it off the top or something. It's very flexible, so you don't have to worry about it breaking. I hope. Hope we don't break it. Remember, they always have that cast off at your own risk, because you might break it. All right, there you go. So that's how the uniform comes off, or the top of the uniform comes out, the blouse or the cardigan or whatever. You got to open up like this and then pull it straight off of her. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so there's that, and then you got to take her skirt off. So I think her skirt, it separates right here. Right, and the skirt does move around a little bit. I think you just gotta separate it. And off it goes. All right, all I have to say is that was pretty easy. Okay, so there's the skirt. Okay, you guys can get a better look at it while it's not on the figure. Okay, you can see the booty imprint. She's got a nice booty. All right, and then there's the uniform. Okay, I do like the uniform in the anime. Okay, and then you would put her head back on. Okay, remember it's keyed, so it only goes back in one position. Okay. Hopefully my hands are nice and clean. I'm not getting any oils on her. Okay, she's holding the back part of the strap. Yep. Yep. Okay, yeah, you really have to make sure she's holding it, all right? Okay. And those are the shoes. Okay, and just like that, you've transformed from a schoolgirl to a swimsuit figure. All right, all right, Joshi Kosei to a schoolgirl figure. Joshi Kosei to a bikini swimsuit figure. She's very skinny. I thought she was kind of thicker. That's what I want to say. All right, but there she is. All right, so now we're gonna I don't know. Let's just look at the parts that we haven't looked at. So we looked at the legs, all right, and then yeah. So now we can see the bikini. So we'll just take a look at the bikini stuff, guys. Okay. All right, there it is. It's blue. Hazemay loves these bikinis that have like a kind of like a border at the end of it. She's getting like a kind of wedgie there, all right, guys. Yeah, she's getting the wedgie. All right, she's got a nice round booty. All right, I feel that bikini might be a little too small for her because, like, yeah, man, she's got a big booty. All right, and she's got there's some squish going out of it too. Right, there might be a little bit of shading in the crotch, a little bit. It's kind of hard to tell. All right, the bikini looks pretty good. All right, it's kind of like a baby blue and then like a darker blue borders. Okay, and then so there's the front. All right, just like the back, it's like a baby blue with the dark blue. All right, it's kind of like a thong bikini. All right, so it's got like thin straps on the side. All right, and it's got like a small triangle. Okay, looks nice. She looks great in it. Okay, and then so there's the top. And we can look at her chestises. Okay. She's got that hourglass figure, guys. All right, so she's got the kind of wide hips, all right, thick booty, and then she's got like a skinny top. I know, right? I feel like she's kind of too skinny on the top. Okay, but yeah, so there's the bikini. All right, it's a baby blue with the darker blue corners. All right. There's the it's tied in the back here, right? Okay, and then and yeah, there's the string right here on the back that goes all the way around. Okay, and then there's two strings that go around her neck, right? And it just, I guess, that's how you would put it on. You'd put it around your neck first and then tie it in the back. Okay, sounds like a chore. All right, and yes, she does have a bit of a coin slot. All right, guys, you can see the coin slot right here. Right, that's what they call it. Okay, and then yes, she does have she does come with a sandals. All right, I guess it's optional whether you want her to carry it or not. The straps are gloss white. That's interesting. All right, straps are gloss white with a kind of like a silver buckles. All right, there's a pink bow right here. All right, very nice. They're actually nicely detailed. Right, and then the sole and the heel and all that stuff is a brown color. Right, here's the other one. So, surprisingly, that's the only gloss that's on the figure, guys. Okay, everything else is flat. Actually, I would say the bikini is like a matte finish. It's a little bit shiny, yeah? Yeah, see? Okay, very nice. I kind of like it as a swimsuit figure better, is what I'm gonna say, because you can't see those the lines of the uniform. All right, I'm not a big fan of the pose of this figure. All right, I don't really like these figures where you're looking at the character's back and they're twisting like that. All right, but it is kind of dynamic. Yeah, it does look like she's whirling around, that type of thing. Okay. So I guess for the rest of the show and tell, I will keep her in the swimsuit. All right, guys. So that's pretty much the end of the show and tell. Yeah. So it's kind of cool that it's a cast off and not cool at the same time. All right. I'm not a big fan of these cast off figures. It wasn't very difficult to cast off, and I don't think it would be very difficult to put the school uniform back on. Okay. Both of them look good. All right. I think she looks good with the school uniform on, and the bikini. All right. She's got a nice figure. I feel like Yui would be she's supposed to be thicker. She's kind of a thicker girl. Okay, that's what I want to say. All right, I feel like her top is too skinny. All right, I don't know. Maybe between seasons she got thicker. I'm not sure. Also, so yeah, I didn't mention about the bikini, man. It's kind of small for her boobs. All right, yeah. If you guys don't know, Yui Kotegawa has like one of the bigger boobies in the show. All right, and yeah, so there's squishing out everywhere, right? There's like under boob, all right, and you've got this big cleavages here, all right, and then you probably got some side boob too. Yeah, side boob. You get the waki pie. Yeah, man. The fan service is there for the top. All right, what can I say? It's glorious. Okay, yeah. I do like the design of the bikini. Right, it looks really nice on her. Right, I'm not really sure if I want to keep her as a swimsuit figure or school uniform. But actually, I think Alter makes a school uniform figure of her. All right, and I'm probably gonna wind up getting that. All right, so I'll probably just keep her in the swimsuit. I do have another swimsuit figure of Yui Kotegawa. It's a pop-up parade. All right, so we'll take a look at that. But yeah, this is a scale figure, and it looks pretty nice. All right, I'd imagine it's probably better than the pop-up parade. It's probably bigger than the pop-up parade. The pop-up parades are so small. That's one of my gripes about them. All right. And yeah, it's pretty nice. All right, it features a mostly flat paint. All right, it's kind of, yeah, it's kind of noticeable that it's flat, but it looks okay. There's like a dirt here or something. Okay, there's like some kind of stain over here. I just noticed that. All right, and don't come off. All right, I feel her like kind of body proportions are a little off. I feel like her top should be a little thicker. All right, is what I'll say. Other than that, she looks great. All right, but I'm not a really big fan of this pose. All right, but I think I'm just gonna keep her as a swimsuit figure. All right, and then I'm gonna try to get the school uniform version of her later. Okay, hopefully. Like I said, the Yui Kotegawa figures are kind of expensive because she's a really popular character. Okay, so that's the end of the show and tell. Thanks for watching. I hope it was entertaining. All right, I will put other figure show and tells at the end of the video. All right, of Yui Kotegawa. All right, thanks for watching. Hayes, make out.